Hey folks, Dr. Starr here, Silver Spring Medical Center. Thanks for coming back, tuning in and watching. We're going to cover a very important topic about why most people fail at losing weight. Okay, it gets a little bit tricky. You've heard a lot of controversial back and forth, a lot of different opinions. In the office, we try to take you step by step, not just to lose weight, but also maintain that progress and keep the weight off. We do restrict calories for people for a short duration of time. As humans, we're not wired biologically to be on a restricted calorie diet forever. Okay, you can do it for a couple of months, you can do it for half a year, supervised guidance, etc. That's fine. But if you try to do that in the long term, you're going to fail. And the very simple reason is that we're not meant to really count calories, and that's why all diets, so to speak, that tell you whether it's Weight Watchers or anything that's on a system to control the number of calories that you're eating, long term it's not going to work because you're just not meant to do it that way. If you look in the wild, you look in nature, there's no species on this planet that counts calories except for humans. And none of them are overweight. The only 3 species on this planet that have weight problems is humans and domesticated cats and domesticated dogs. And that's only because the humans feed the cats and the dogs. So we are very confused about what we should eat. Now I'm going to take only about 3 or 4 more minutes, and we can always, if you want more more topics or whatever, just post a question down below or a comment. I'm happy to make another video for next week. But it all comes down to caloric density. Okay, people are overweight for one reason: they overconsume calories. Yes, it happens to be mostly fat, and I'm going to tell you why, but you could get an overconsumption of carbohydrates or protein or fat, whether it's refined or unrefined. If you take in more calories than what your body needs and burns off, you're going to store it as fat, okay? Whether it's sugar, carbohydrates, meaning carbohydrates, or proteins or fats, too much is a problem. So that is the core. People are getting too much, and here's why. And the answer is caloric density. Okay, let me explain. Let me go back a couple of steps. Our tongues are designed to taste sour, sweet, bitter, and salty. There's no receptors on our tongue for fat or protein. So we're really very good at detecting what is sweet and what is carbohydrate density. And that's really what should make up most of our foods. Fruits and vegetables are natural to humans. They're the best biologically designed. They have the best ratios of vitamins to minerals to water, and it has fiber, and everything that you need is in fruits and vegetables. So, little disclaimer, eat fruits and vegetables, a lot of them, okay? Then you're going to stay healthy. If you're eating a lot of fats and proteins, and I'm sorry you Atkins dieters, you are headed in the wrong direction. Hardcore nutritional science shows you are not going in the right direction, and you're going to do very poorly. So the more carbohydrates, the unrefined carbohydrates, the more natural sugars, the fructose in the fruit is fine. We get way too many patients that come in and say, "Oh, my doctor told me not to eat too many bananas." Why? Because there's sugar in it. So what? Fruits and vegetables are 80-90% or more carbohydrates. That's what you should be eating. But no, you shouldn't be eating refined carbohydrates. The bags of sugar and empty calories are not good for you. So don't eat those things. But don't compare the two. The fruit in an orange is not the same thing as a fruit in a fruit roll-up, okay? Very big difference, so don't confuse the two. So the ultimate problem that people lose is if you're told you need to eat 700 calories a day, or 1,000 calories a day, or 1,500 calories a day, wherever you are in your weight loss journey, it matters what kind of calories you get. You want the biggest bang for your buck, okay? That's what you want. You want to get the most volume of food that's highest in water and fiber and nutrients and minerals with the least amount of calories. So if you look at a caloric density scale, the lowest, the biggest bang for your buck is going to be vegetables. They're only about 100 to 200 calories per pound. All right? So you get a pound of vegetables, I don't care what it is, it's only going to cost you about 100 calories. So eat a lot of vegetables. You could fill up and you will be stuffed to the gills, okay? The next thing up on the scale is fruit. It's about 200 to 300 calories per pound. And then as you go up to about, unrefined, or I should say refined complex carbohydrates, the potatoes, the rice, the beans, the corn, that's around 450 to 550 calories per pound. Once you get into the refined category, and you get into the refined cheeses and the breads and all of the non-healthy things, you're way over 1,000 calories per pound. So, pound for pound, I could eat 10 times the number of vegetables and get the same number of calories as somebody's getting in 1 pound of refined junk food, so to speak. And most Americans are eating junk food. They're eating a lot of processed sugars, they're eating a lot of high fats, they're eating a lot of proteins, and they're eating all of these things thinking they're health food. They're not. They're super rich in calories, and they're not able to set off the triggers and the alarms for when the body is actually full. Okay, we have 2 ways of triggering when we're full. Okay, they're called satiety mechanisms. And the first one is stretch. Okay, your stomach is only going to fill about 700 milliliters. That's not that big. We're talking about maybe 2 fist size, at least mine at least. All right, so when you get beyond that, it stretches receptors in the stomach. It goes up to the brain, goes, whoa, you got a lot of food in there? Take a break. Okay, you're no longer hungry. The second thing is caloric density, and it's hard to get that calorie density triggered when it's high fats and high proteins. Remember, we don't sense it on the tongue. You can't taste fat. Fat takes on the flavor of something else, but fat itself is tasteless, okay? Same thing with protein. So those things don't trigger the alarms, but the way that carbohydrates do. Carbohydrates are going to signal in the brain that there's a certain amount of blood sugar. The body's going to produce insulin to drive that sugar into the cell, and that turns off the hunger drive. Otherwise, we'll just eat ourselves to death. So when you eat a big bowl of refined sugars, it doesn't set off for example, pasta. If you eat a lot of pasta, you can overeat on that, because even though it is a carbohydrate, give me that, I got it, it's harder to detect for your brain because it's so refined. So it breaks down so easily, it doesn't take up a lot of bulk, and before you know it, you've overeaten. Take it to the next category, chicken. 400 calories of chicken is only going to fill a quarter or half of your stomach. It's not going to affect the stretch receptors, and it's not going to trigger the carbohydrates because chicken has 0 carbohydrates, right? It's just fat and protein. So you're going to have a tendency to still be hungry. That way you'll eat more. You'll eat another 400 and another 400. Before you know it, you fill your stomach, you're at 1,200 calories. Well, 400 calories of vegetables in your stomach fills the entire stomach. 400 calories in a salad with tomatoes and cucumbers and even chickpeas. I mean, you're going to massively stretch out the stomach, and you will kick back from the table and be like, well, I'm totally full. So, folks, what you want to do is get the most bang for your buck. If you're having a hard time, keeping up and still being hungry with whatever calorie allowance you're having right now, whether it's 700, 900, 1,200 calories a day or more, then you want to get the most food for those calories, okay? 700 calories in fruits and vegetables gets you a lot of food, all right? If you think about it, let's say on average it's 200 calories. So per pound as far as fruit and vegetables, even if you kind of average the two out. If it's in fruits, it's going to be about 300. If it's in vegetables, about 1, maybe 150 calories. So let's just call it 200 calories per pound. Well, 800 calories for the day that you're restricted, that's a small amount of calories, but that's going to get you 4 pounds of food, right? That's a lot, or even more, 5 to 7 pounds of food. That's a lot. As opposed to if you go with the things that are cheeses and meats, those are really concentrated, highly dense calories that are high in fat and protein. You're not going to get as much. You're going to get a little tiny burger amount. You're going to get a little tiny can of tuna. It's not going to fill you, and you will then be hungry. And if you're too hungry, anything looks good, right? You'll just eat and eat and eat until you fill up that hunger and you trigger up those satiety mechanisms. So the key here to losing weight, the key to avoid gaining weight, is don't have an abundance. You don't have a high, dense calorie meal. If you want to have pasta, fine, but have a smaller amount of pasta and throw in a lot of broccoli, throw in a lot of tomatoes, throw in a lot of cucumbers. Make it so that you're lowering the calorie density. You'll fill up faster, you'll be more satiated, it'll carry you much longer, you won't have too much hunger, and you'll lose weight at the same time. And you'll get all the fiber, you'll get all the water, you'll get all the vitamins and minerals. And if you can eat exclusively fruit and vegetables, even better, because you're going to get more food. You can eat more and you can lose more weight. You can eat more food and gain less weight. And that's the secret, okay? So go with less calorie density foods, go with the higher water, fiber content foods, the fruits and the vegetables. That's going to keep you going. It's going to sustain you. And if you are going to have the more concentrated things, make them smaller in portions. And it's going to go a lot further, okay? So hopefully that information helps you. Have a great day. Tune in next week. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.